Hello! Welcome back to the Cubs fantasy baseball season of what should have been the regular season, but it's not happening right now. I'm wearing the same clothes, except I'm not wearing pants this time. I'm just wearing shorts. I'm not naked underneath, but I wore pants that went with the outfit. It's fine. Anyway, the Cubs won the first game in a very close one against Milwaukee, and now it's on the 28th is the next game, which is, they had a day in between to kind of party after the first game of the season, and now we're going into the second game of the season. Let's see here. Okay. We're going to play the full game again. I'm going to tweak the Cubs lineup to look more like the actual Cubs lineup. And I have to put Kyle Hendricks up because he originally was going to pitch. I might have to do that every time because Yu Darvish pitched the first game. And then also, I'm going to mess with the lineup again. Sorry, Jason Kipnis. We're putting Nico Horner back in again, as maybe I should probably put Bodie in at some point. But we're also going to have Chris Bryant is going to be the leadoff guy because that's what David Ross said he was going to do. Anthony Rizzo is in the 2 spot. You know what? I'll reward Hayward. Hayward had a great game yesterday. So we'll put him in the 5 spot. I know that's not the best place, but it's still a respectable place to be hitting. And he's got Schwarber behind him to kind of protect him there because Schwarber's a good, decent on-base percentage and lots of power, so they'll have to pitch to Jason Hayward. I like this. Right, left, right, left. It sounds like is that the Sega Sonic code? Right, left, up, down, A, B, something like that. I know a lot of people get mad that I'm getting it wrong, and I apologize. But, I think this looks pretty good. The professor is going to take the mound against Freddie Peralta. I feel good about this one, which, knock on wood, but I like this matchup. Kyle Hendricks, Freddie Peralta. Here we go. I'll be less drunk this time, too, because I don't have enough liquor. Because I drank most of my whiskey last night while I recorded the first one. And this is watered down heavily. This isn't just a bunch of whiskey. We're about there to whiskey and then water and a little 7-Up. Just in case in case my mom's watching and thinks I'm drinking too much. It's just a little bit. I do have a little bit of Everclear that's been in my freezer, though, for years that I haven't touched, and it's the only alcohol left. So we'll see. Hey, here goes the game. All right, Freddie Peralta's taking the mound. Last year, he had a good record for how poor his ERA was. And a whip not great. Ooh, but a lot of strikeouts per inning. A lot of Ks per inning. I'm a big K per 9 guy, even though the results were mixed there. All right, in walks Chris Bryant.
The third baseman, Chris.
Can't remember. I need to start keeping track of what their stats were, but it'll show here maybe. Maybe it'll stop showing their 2019 stats, which last game it was just not showing them correctly. Oh, I've got to change team select to computer. And I feel bad. I'll have next game, because I think it's a 3-game series. I feel bad that I'm changing the Cubs lineup and no one gets a chance to tweak the Brewers lineup. So maybe I'll have my friend AJ tweak the Brewers lineup next game or something. We'll see. I feel like that would make it more fair. But here we go. And we're off. That's a ball. Last game, Chris Bryant was 2 for 5 with a double. He also got caught stealing. That's something that that stat line wouldn't tell you.
First pitch.
Still 2 for 5. That's 400 average. If you've added 400 all season, you'd be the first person to do that in about 100 years. So yeah, so that's pretty good. I can't remember who the last person to hit 400 was. I think it was maybe Ty Cobb. No, that's wrong. Whoever it was, his nickname was the Splendid Splinter. So let's see if Splendid Splinter. Ted Williams, that's who it was. It's weird that I knew his nickname and oh gosh, fly. All right, 3-1. I like this so far, with Anthony Rizzo on deck especially. I'm guessing he'll take here, but we'll see. He definitely has the green light. And hits it with decent strength, but right to who I'm assuming is Lorenzo Cain in center field. Oh well, he gave it a rip.
The first baseman, number 44, Anthony.
Here comes old Anthony Rizzo, as I call him Antony. He played for the Italian national, before he was really good, he played for the Italian Olympic team, or not Olympic team, whatever the great baseball classic. Maybe it was the Olympic team too. But, because if you have I think grandparents or great-grandparents, you can play any lineage that goes back to either grandparents or great-grandparents. And before, when he was a rookie or around then, before he was established as a perennial all-star, he played for Team Italy. I'm guessing there's a good chance he'd be able to play for Team America now. Although first base has a couple of real good players, so I'm not sure who would be the starter. That could be a question that you could write in the comments. Who do you think would be the starter who should be the starter for next baseball classic, if baseball ever gets played again for real? Strike 3. Wasn't helping his case there to be the starting first baseman. Yeesh. You could say, Cody Bellinger, obviously, I'm assuming he's from America. But he plays the outfield more now. So, guess there's a case to be made for Goldschmidt, but he's starting to fall off now that he's hitting his 30s. Javier Baez is up. He had a good tag on an attempted stolen base last night on a terrible throw by Wilson Contreras. It was a great play. Yeesh. He didn't look great swinging at that one. The umpires, Eric Summergill. Oh, I missed announcing them. Like I said before, who cares about the umpires? No one has a big poster of a umpire being like, "Out," and it has their name underneath. And someone's like, "Someday I'm gonna be that." Oof, strike 3. Javi. Well, Freddie strikes out 2 out of 3. Like I said, he's got a high K rate. There's the guy again. I swear he was the same guy last time, just holding giant Ks. He says, "Look at me! I have the prophecy has come true of a singular strikeout." All right, Kyle Hendricks last year 11-10, 3.46 ERA. He went to Dartmouth. He has a degree in economics, I believe, which is fitting because he's very economical with his pitches in that he probably tops out around the early 90s miles per hour, which is very slow nowadays. But usually around 88 to 90 miles per hour. But it's all about location and his changeup. See, he'll paint those corner. Well, that wasn't the corner, but he plays with all the outsides of the strike zones, and that barely got the top part of the strike zone. You're gonna see him doing that all night, hopefully, except not down the middle. Let's hope he starts going. All right. Two pitches, one out. That's economical so far. He doesn't pitch to strike people out. He pitches to weak contact. That's something I didn't even think about till a couple years ago. When Greg Maddux talked about how he never tried to strike people out, he tried to have late break on the ball. so that you'd make weak contact. So when they're swinging, they'd hit it, but not on the good parts of the bat. So and Greg Maddux still got a decent amount of strikeouts, but his goal was to make not good contact. And, you know, if people don't make good contact, there are going to be a lot of outs, a lot of grounders. Yeah, or of a pop flies or that don't go very far. So there's another grounder, and Nico Horner making it look easy. The rookie, I think he still maybe qualifies as a rookie. I'm not sure how many games he played. I think he only played for a couple weeks last year. But yeah, so that's something I thought about because Greg Maddux is known for. I think if they say a Maddux is a complete game where it's either one or less runs and less than 100 pitches is called a Maddux. That's how good Greg Maddux was. Is that specific stat, which is a very good stat, is called that. And Kyle Hendricks had a Maddux last year, an 81 pitch start, I believe, complete game. I think he had like 7. It wasn't a huge amount of strikeouts. It might have been only around 7, which isn't. It's not terrible, but for a whole game, that's not a huge amount to pitch 9 innings. Oof. Did they not call that a strike? Did they call that a ball? I should have been paying more attention instead of talking about Greg Maddux. But here goes Hendricks here. There's that killer changeup, and with the location, he's got 3-2. And against Christian Yelich, strikes him out. I was going to say, you can walk Christian Yelich. I'm fine with that, because he's the best hitter in the game. But Kyle Hendricks said, no, Spencer, I'm going to strike him out. And he did. And I applaud him. Nice John, Professor. They call him Professor. And I tip my cap and gown to the Professor. Wilson Contreras is up, batting cleanup for the Cubs today. He passes at the curve. He says, "No, I don't want to hit that. It's too outside." He says, "I don't like that fastball. It's too inside." 1-1.
I got 2-1 to count.
2-1. Wilson's batting 500. If you batted 500 all year, you'd be the best baseball player ever. I don't even know what the highest average ever of the live ball era is, but nice eye. Wilson Contreras takes his walk. Freddie Peralta having some control issues early on. Let's hope that keeps up. This is going quicker so far than last game. Yu Darvish and Brandon Woodruff pitched a whole bunch of strikes, or pitches, some strikeouts, some walks, because they're big strikeout guys. Jason Hayward was on fire last night, like his 500 average. He had a home run and a double. And I think, oh, no, popped out. He made contact, though. I maybe would have had him taken there with the walk. But he's been feeling hot when you're hitting the hot stick. I'm saying that from the one game sample. Which is, old Kyle Schwarb's up now. Here we go. Kyle. Peralta puts in the high heat. Ball 1. Schwarber, 110 career home runs in probably 3 or 4. He had a lost season in there in 2016, but then came and played, barely played some minor league games, and then came into the World Series and did well. So he'll be known for that. He'll make a very good. I mean, his defense has gotten better. He's an average outfield defender now. Really turned it on the end of last season. Nick Castellanos was the big story, but Kyle Schwarber at the end of the last half of the season put up similar numbers to Nick, and he's got a keen eye there too. 2 walks. So I think Ian Happ's up now. When you've walked the last 2 guys that haven't swung at the ball much, you maybe take here. Or you maybe sit and wait on to something in the zone because the guy, I don't know. I could see you either try and hit a home run here or you don't swing at all. is what I would say on the first pitch. And it's a ball. So yeah, when he's walked, I'd make him throw me a strike before I'd be swinging at anything here. You'd say, hey, prove that you can hit the zone. And he hasn't done it yet, which is good. Good job, Ian Happ. Ian Happ, like I said, was in the minors last year for a large percentage of the time. Then kind of came back and had a pretty good average and hit pretty well. He's a great utility man. He plays center field. He can play second base. He can play third base. And put respectable defensive numbers up. Nice eye. All right. We'll see if he's got the green light here. I don't know. When he's walked 2 out of the last 3 batters, you might just try and see if you can continue that going. And he does. Bases juiced. Oh, boy. And who is up? Is it Nico Horner? I think it is. My guy that I've been putting in ahead of Jason Kipnis. This is all on me. Whatever happens, because I made this. This was the biggest managerial decision that I can claim to before I became objective in the outcome, or well, not objective in the outcome, but ooh, that's I mean, not bad to not swing when he's walked 3 out of the 4 batters. I wouldn't even be mad if he didn't swing at this next one. He did, and that's okay, because it would have been a strike. So he's 0-2 now, which isn't great. Stats aren't great when you go 0-2. But he's hanging in there. And Freddie Peralta is already 32 pitches in when the second inning isn't even done, so that's... Oh, I'm guessing the infield fly rule is in effect, where that was just going to be an out, regardless. Who knows if Jason Kipnis would have done that. The show. Sorry, I was seeing if we're going to have a guest. We may or may not have a guest. Kyle Hendricks up, the pitcher, with the bases loaded. Not usually the person you want hitting with the bases loaded. Oh, boy. Looks like that's probably going to be caught. Oh my goodness, it's not! And he hit. Was it fair? Was it fair? I think it was! Oh my goodness. Kyle Hendricks gets the first, helping his own cause, getting the first RBI of the night with a bloop single to right field. Oh my. And now Chris Bryant, the former Rookie of the Year, the former NL MVP, World Series champion, loser of grievances against the Cubs. Chris Bryant is up to bat. I feel much more comfortable tonight than I did last night. It was very... And he pops out. That's okay. A run is a run, and they put some stuff on the board. I'm getting a message from Brady Penning. Oh great, it's about the coronavirus, because we haven't heard enough about that lately. That's not the entire reason why I'm doing this. I'm pointing towards the television where I'm watching the stream. Emerging issues about coronavirus. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell you. This is... I don't know why he's sending this right now. I'm going to call him and say, Brad. I call him Brad. I call Brady Brad sometimes. We'll see if... where is he at?
The count is 1 and 2.
We'll see if he answered. I called him earlier today, and he didn't answer. So now I'm just an annoying friend. Oh, boy. Kyle Hendricks may just gave up a home run. Hey, how are you doing? Brady Penning. Let's welcome Brady Penning to the studio, everybody. How you doing?
I'm good. How's it going?
Good. You are on the air. In fact, if you type my name into YouTube, you can watch the live stream of the second game of the season of the Brewers versus the Cubs. Kyle Hendricks just gave up a game-tying home run, but he also just drove in an RBI last inning, so he kind of earned to do with what he pleases for one run. Yeah, I agree. How are you doing, Brady?
I'm fine. I'm live lost. Lotto tickets on that.
That exactly.
Yeah, no, this is the game.
The game about if he was part of it?
I was wagering 2 scratchers and they're gone now.
You're wagering scratch tickets on the game?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what was so I saw the thing you just sent to the group text. That's why I called you.
Yeah.
But I don't want to look at it right now. Because that's part of the reason why I'm doing this, is to not think about those things.
Oh, it's comically bad.
Oh, it's just bad? Like how bad it is around here?
Oh, it feels like my grandma made the website.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be case updated by day, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, you're telling me Iowa's health website doesn't have the best graphic designers?
No, just functionality.
Oh, the
functionality. It doesn't need to look pretty. It just needs to be like, here's this. Just give me numbers, and it like has a map that you can zoom in for no reason. It's like, yeah, just put MapQuest on.
Yeah. Maybe they were happy of the resolution on it, or that they put it on what's it called, where you can zoom in as much and you don't lose quality. What's that called? Vector? Did they make it in a vector?
Yeah, a vector is like a good resolution.
Yeah.
Quality thing. I guess Google Earth probably uses a good vector program.
Do you remember Vector Man?
Vaguely.
For the Sega Genesis?
Know that's on 50 Sega Genesis games that they get out on the mini Sega.
Yeah, where he's just made out of balls.
Yeah.
He's like made out of like he looks like he's made out of a bunch of yellow elementary school dodgeballs. And maybe he shoots lasers, something?
I don't remember the game very well, but they made 2 of them. And I was like, why? Is there another one?
He was no Earthworm Jim, that's for sure.
Earthworm Jim is also involved in the 50 games. That one's okay.
I love Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim.
That platform game, though.
Yeah, what about what? Sorry.
Bubsy.
What about Bubsy?
Bubsy trumps all that.
I don't even know what Bubsy is.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, Javier Baez just made it. I don't know if you'd call it an error, but he didn't. He maybe should have had. They ruled it a base hit, but Javier Baez should have had that probably.
Oh. Are you streaming live?
Yes, that's why I told you to go to YouTube.
Oh.
Go to YouTube and we can watch the stream. You won't be able to hear me because I'm recording myself, and then I'm going to download this and put over my thing. Because I need to get either a webcam for my PlayStation 4, or else like a video capture card for my computer. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Joe is editing the first game for me right now. Luckily, the second game, which is takes place the 28th, because that's totally when I'm recording it, is in real time during the game. But yeah, you can, if you type in my name on YouTube, and there should be a live stream going right now.
Okay, let me get on my.
If you want to
TV.
watch an inning, if you want to be in the virtual booth with us.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, I'm not in character. I'm not in good shape right now.
You're not in good shape?
I was already practicing because I was daydreaming about. I was like, oh man, it'd be so fun to do a character. I would try and find my voice as like HUD on Royals games because he's very funny.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Kyle Hendricks
like
strikes
bonkers.
out. Guess he's. Oh, but Keston Hira hit a home run. He's a good young player. I mean, to be fair, the baseball season is going to not start for at least 30 games. So, and I plan on having Yeah, so you definitely... we'll see how the first two, if anyone watches the first two. I got really drunk, though, last night when I did it. Like, I drank most of a fifth of whiskey by the 8th inning. Or, like, and it was Yu Darvish versus Brandon Woodruff. And, like, they're both big strikeout pitchers. But they were, like, having control issues, so they were, like, striking out and walking everybody. And so the first 3 innings took an hour, and I was just drunk within an hour because I was because they both were, like, 70 pitches in around there in, like, the 3rd or 4th inning. And so it was, like, and then the next 6 innings took less than an hour. So it was just, like, I was really afraid that it was going to be, like, a 3 or 4 hour thing. Thankfully, it wasn't. We're in the top of the 3rd right now, and it's only... Ooh, are they going to turn 2? They maybe turn 2? They did, darn it. Nuts. But it's 26 minutes in or so, and it's almost the bottom of the 3rd, so I'm already, like, going twice as fast as last game. So, yes. But Wilson Contreras is up. Yeah, you'll have to work on some voices. I couldn't decide if I was going to try and make a silly voice the whole time. But my voice is already kind of silly, right? And even so, I'm doing kind of stuff like this. I mean, that's the voice I would do if I was trying to be as silly. But, like...
Don't add any nasal. Just go.
No. I mean...
A little bit of high.
I couldn't do that for the whole time.
No.
You know what I mean? And I couldn't... I don't know. It would be hard. Yeah, I'm trying to be myself. I'm trying to talk about stuff. I should be paying more attention to the game. Do you have a computer in front of you?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Are you watching it?
No, what am I looking for?
Type in my name.
Okay, under your...
Just like my it's probably on a different channel. It should be streaming. Unless I had it on...
It's not under your account?
It's under my, just type in my name, because it's not the one that has the Sea Dogs in the web series.
Got it.
You see it?
I kept going back to that. I was like, this motherfucker is not uploading it tonight. I was just getting ready to post. I was like, I just got off the phone with Laura.
I'm sorry. And we'll see if, we'll see if, it should be there, unless I changed it where I think when you live stream it will stream it, unless I put it on unlisted, which I don't think I did.
I'm using my Apple remote, so it's taking...
Oh, blooper on Hendricks. I mean, turnaround is fair play. Because that might have been... Was that Freddie Peralta too? I don't know who it was. Oh, no. I don't think it was. But it was almost exactly the same thing Hendricks did. Okay,
I'm just searching. You're the funniest person in Iowa contest.
Yeah, that was... I didn't win that.
It's just all... Okay.
There's not my... Literally, I just type in my name and, like, live stream. And then it should be, like, MLB The Show.
Yep, right there. Venkman's 1984.
Yeah.
Live PS4.
Yep, there you go. That's the one. As long as it's not the one from last night.
It's bottom of the 3rd.
Yes. That is correct. You are on the right one. Kyle Hendricks,
1-1.
the professor, is pitching. It's the second game. Do you think that was an... I changed the lineup to more accurately reflect what the Cubs would really be doing.
Yeah, I've never seen gameplay of this. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, isn't it? That, like, can you understand why I'm doing this now, sort of?
Specifically because I know Locane very well.
Yeah, you're friends with Locane? I know he was very good when he played for the Royals. And then he had
ALCS MVP.
Was he? Okay. Yeah, no, he's still a really he's a really solid all-around player. Like
yes, he's a great fielder.
Yes, and his offense was really over the last couple years he's not stealing as many bases, but he still hits a decent average, has okay power. He used to have a lot more speed. Especially with the Royals, probably. I'm guessing he was stealing more.
Yeah,
Nice
he was a
little
lot
pop up
younger,
there.
too.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
He had a few, like, ankle and knee injuries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then once you hit 30, it's just like...
Yeah, it fucking takes a shit.
Yeah. Oh, Christian Yelich, the best. Would you say that Christian Yelich? Who would you say is the best player in baseball? Between
hard to beat Mike Trout, but he's a
Yes.
close second for sure.
Okay. What about Acuna and Bellinger?
Oh, we are yet to see.
Yeah, I think because Acuna could literally go 40-40.
For sure.
Before he got injured, he was on pace to go 40. In fact, he almost went 40-40 still. He had like I don't know his exact numbers because I have my phone in one hand and my glass of the whiskey in the other. But he was only a few steals shy, I think, of going 40-40. It'd be cool because he's the leadoff man too. So they're gonna let him steal, and he's gonna get so many at bats being the leadoff man that he theoretically, and this is something Matt Kemp was talking about, even though if Matt Kemp never got to 40-40, he once got like 39-40 or something like that, where he was like 1 or 2 off. But I remember when Matt Kemp, before he got injured all the time, where Matt Kemp was like the best player in baseball, was like, fuck 40-40, I want to go 50-50. And then he never came close after, like, he never came, like, I don't know if the baseball gods, if that exists, if we're just like, fuck you, and then just never allowed him to be.
Because if you will shit like that, and you, like, claim stuff, you don't get to claim shit anymore.
No, you don't get to say, when you have, I mean, don't get me wrong, he was very close to 40-40, but it's like, don't say you want to go 50-50 before you get to 40-40.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever hear Mickey Mantle when he talked about, because you know how people make a big deal about 30-30, which it's an accomplishment, especially nowadays because people don't run as much. But Mickey Mantle's quote was like, he said, shit, if I would have known people cared about going 30-30, I would have done it every season. Because I just think he just didn't steal as much, but he was just always hitting home runs. But he was like, oh, people care? Ooh, did he catch that?
Well, that... apparently. Shoestring.
I should be talking about the game more.
Who is he one of the 99 in this?
Who?
There's only 4 people that are 99 right now.
Oh, who? Yelich?
No, players. Yelich isn't one of them. It's Trout.
Oh.
Scherzer, Trout, Scherzer.
I think DeGrom is.
DeGrom, and then there's one more. There's 4 of them.
I don't know.
It's a really surprising person.
Really? Is it a pitcher or a...
There's, it's another player.
Okay, it's a position player. Ooh, Kyle Schwarber! Taking it deep. Taking it to the upper deck. 424 feet with an exit velocity of 109.2 miles per hour. That's a good exit velocity. I think that's enough exit velocity to go into space. Am I correct, Brady? That's what the EV. Are you familiar?
Yeah.
That's what.
My phone's gonna die soon.
Oh, darn it! We've enjoyed having you on the show. Get it? The show, because it's MLB the show.
Tawny. Ha.
Ha. Kevin Pollak, everybody. Give it up for Kevin Pollak.
Actually, no, now I'm Kevin Pollak. I have a smaller voice.
Can you imagine just like just doing that impersonation like
hey Kevin,
every
can
week,
you come on our show, please?
Every week on radio shows for like 40 years, like just like promoting whatever club you're in, and they're like, do it, Kevin. And he goes like, oh, okay, I guess.
I can't. I'm actually the first person to do this.
Do you think he's resentful that it's become a hacky thing to do, Christopher Walken?
Like, he was the first one.
Was he the first one to do it?
Fuck Jay Moore. Yeah, fuck Jay Moore.
Okay.
He always claims he's like, oh, I was doing that too.
Yeah. But yeah, it's whenever anyone does it nowadays at a mic, I just like roll my eyes. Unless they're really good at it.
Oh, it has to be weird shit too.
Yes. Well, it's actually, I find them, when people do impersonations, here's the weird thing about impersonations. Nico Horner's up to bat, by the way. He's the guy I put in the game instead of Jason Kipnis. And he does it. He lays off the pitch. Sorry.
Get him some playing time.
I feel like I did. Well, he was good last year when he filled in for Javier Baez. I think he earned the right to play. He's completely skipped AAA altogether. They just, like, threw him into it. Like, he...
Well, now Cubs are known for that.
Well, yeah, we'll see if he makes. We'll see if he makes the. They might try and give him some AAA time because it's weird to completely skip, an entire league altogether. That was out of necessity.
Can you actually just are you confident in Joe Madden doing his thing with the Angels?
Sure. I mean,
do you think that's kind of interesting to watch and see how he just completely goes to another program, understanding that he's obviously very familiar with the program?
Yes, and because I think he was a bench coach for them, right?
Oh, for fucking 20 years.
Yeah,
he was in their association forever.
Yeah, and he
and then went to the Rays and then Cubs.
Yeah, and the thing is that he I mean, they got Anthony Rendon now. They, I'm trying to think of who their pitchers are. They were going to do a big trade, and it got, like, axed by the Angels GM at the last second. And it was going to put, I think, Jock Peterson, maybe, for the Angels.
Yeah, no.
It was that three-way trade that Kenta Maeda and, or it was like the Dodgers and the Twins and the Angels were all gonna make a trade, maybe, or maybe it was Boston. I don't know what it was. It was a three-team trade, and then at the last second, like after it was announced the trade was happening, the Angels GM was like, no, and people are kind of pissed off about it, especially with like when you do it with another LA team and then you back out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, they got rid of Cole Calhoun, and that motherfucker was like very reliable.
Yeah, Schwarber showing the replay of Schwarber's fucking moonshot. But here's the thing, and I don't know if they're gonna de-juice the ball because that's the rumor is that the last couple years, the ball has been juiced up, and that they're making them different. They're making the balls more aerodynamic because the stitches are more closer to the seams are closer to the ball, and so it's making it more like a sphere, and it's making it go through the air better. But the thing was with Cole Calhoun, it was like hitting 30 home runs now is like common. Like everyone's hitting, and this is a slight hyperbole and exaggeration, but it seems like everyone is hitting over 20 home runs now if you get like 500 plate appearances, and it's like half the people's plate appearances, and it's like half the people are hitting 30 home runs. I think on the Twins last year, they probably had 7 or 8 players hit 30 home runs. Because they had the record for home runs ever, which they broke from the previous year that the Yankees had of most home runs ever. Which was, so they had 307 or 308 home runs. Which is a whole bunch. The Twins are going to be real good this year. Ooh.
Yeah, because Buxton's back.
Yeah, we'll see. He's finally playing well. He was one of those guys who was like, he was the most hyped player for such a long time. Did you get a chance to see him when he played for the Colonels?
I did not. No.
Yeah, he played for Mike Trout and Byron Buxton both played for the Cedar Rapids Colonels, and I didn't get to see either one of them play.
Well, it's not just height. He just defensively.
Oh, defensively, he's one of the best defenders in the game. But his offense has been up and down. But he's one of those guys that can go 20, 20, 30, 30 when he's actually good. And he's had spurts where he's shown, because he was the number 1, number 2 prospect in the game for like multiple years, where they like think he's going to be one of the best players. But as it is right now, he's the number 9 hitter on the team. Which, don't get me wrong, a lot of people are like, oh, the number 9 hitter is just, the leadoff hitter for the 1-2,
Yeah, that's just.
But you're still not getting as many at bats. You're still going to get about 100 less at bats probably, unless he hits really well, and then they will put him lower in the order. But at the same time, Minnesota has such power that there's no reason to try and steal bases when you're on base.
Did they retain Cruz?
Yes. Yes. So Nelson Cruz is going to be the DH. They got Josh Donaldson to play third base. Miguel Sano is going to switch to first base.
Oh, shit. They are stacked.
Yes. And the only guy that doesn't really hit home runs is Luis Arez, I believe is his name. And he's a weird guy where he doesn't have power or speed, but he's good defensively, and he plays second base and maybe outfield. But he hit like 330 or 340, so he's like a guy that's going to get on base and hit, if you have 7 power hitters, you can have one guy that hits for average to just get on base and get hit in. Because,
wait, you said he plays second base?
Yes, and maybe the outfield.
There's one just strictly second base.
Shoop was last year, but they got rid of him. Jonathan Shoop, or Scoop.
Not Shoop. No, not Scoop.
That ball went out.
Of the guy that just plays second base for them. You're thinking of Jorge Polanco, maybe, who's the shortstop.
What? I can't remember. I don't know. I might be thinking of the Indians.
Of the Indians?
Royals playing so many guys.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep.
I don't know who plays second base for the Indians. I know Lindor is the shortstop, and
Kipnis. That's not him.
Kipnis is on the Cubs now. He was maybe on the Indians last year.
Yes, he was.
He's on the Cubs now.
They got Kipnis?
Yes, he's going to maybe be the everyday. Like, that's why.
Shit.
Actually, how I was talking about how I put Horner in. Kipnis was actually who the game puts in as the starting everyday second baseman.
Oh my God.
But I vetoed that.
Fucking Cubs.
Also, they had Rizzo batting 5th, which I don't know if he's ever I don't know if he's ever batted 5th. He's batted like 1 through 4 probably the whole time.
Dude, I stopped looking at the hot stuff and all that stuff like before once the coronavirus started happening. I don't know what happened with Brian.
What, with the trade rumors?
Yeah.
Oh, it was not gonna happen. Chris Bryant knocking one foul. Sorry, I should talk more about the game. The Cubs were just asking for the moon, and no one wanted to give them the moon because they basically were like, we want a guy who is already they wanted MLB ready talent already, and then also like top prospects was essentially what they were asking for, and no team would do it. So Bryant actually said he thought it was cool. I think he's flattered that they were asked that they're only were going to trade him. Ooh, gets a single because they had the shift going. He did that last game too, where he went opposite field with it. They're gonna have to stop using the shift on him if he keeps going with the ball like that. Ooh, and he says choo choo. That's what he said. Did you see the Brady? Did you see him go choo choo?
I did. I'm not even looking at the goddamn game. I'm in my kitchen.
Jeez, Brady. Anthony Rizzo's up to go back to the game for a second. Freddie Peralta's 66 pitches in the 5th inning. Wow, this game is flying by compared to last time. I was 43 minutes in. I was in the 2nd or 3rd inning last night. But here we are with Brady Penning, a.k.a. Brad.
Hi.
That's
I
it.
am Brad.
Yes. Brad, should I drink my Everclear that's been in my freezer for the last 4 years? Probably longer.
I hope you got cherry Kool-Aid.
I got nothing.
Oof. I don't.
I maybe have Mountain Dew.
No, I don't want you to do that.
Or I got some chocolate syrup. I got some chocolate syrup and ice cubes.
I hear in Kentucky they call that a mudslide.
You need to give it like a what kind of like a they call that a hillbilly mudslide. You got to put some sort of you got to put something in front of it. Ooh. Oh, Chris Bryant stealing bases. Or else he got tagged out, I'm not sure. Oh, he's out. Sorry. I thought he's 0 for 2 on the season on stealing bases, so I don't know why he keeps trying, but Javier Baez is 0-2. I mean, I guess it's my fault for making him the leadoff guy. I guess the AI was like, I'm the leadoff guy. I guess he wants me to steal. All right, Baez. Hold on, Brady. Let's. I'm gonna go look in my fridge and see what I have to mix with Everclear in case I drink it. I think if there's a time to do it, it's for the internet, right? I feel weird that I'm like. I'll do it for the internet, you know? Like, I'm like me, look what I'm doing. I'm drinking disgusting Everclear. But I'll be right back to see what I can mix with it.
Oh, end of the inning.
Yes. Yeah, you can
makes the catch.
You announce for me for a second. So just yell, because the phone is right by the mic, and it's kind of an omnidirectional mic. But I'll be back in like 10, 20 seconds.
It's going to be a surprise for me because I didn't know these players were traded last year because I didn't give a shit about the National League. Anyway, just the smoke coming in. All right. Oof, first pitch, up a little bit, fouled it off. All right. Come sitting in here, he goes. Whoops. Did done miss that too. 0-2. Haha. Come on, Smoke. Get it back.
The batter.
You fell for the breaking ball down low. This isn't Toronto, big guy. Yeah, he his bat just broke.
Big
Right.
hitting for the Brewers.
I made a mistake.
Number 8.
Shit.
Ryan. Draw.
Bro.
All right, Brady, what happened?
Just Smoke. 3 pitches.
Yeah?
Fouled it off.
So, I have way more options than I thought.
Absence.
No, options
Options.
to mix with the Everclear. I have a bunch of options, and they're all terrible.
Hopefully better than
So this is Everclear. Well, that's one of the options. That's how bad all the options are, is that chocolate syrup is barely the worst option, probably. So I might drink this Everclear. So, should I start with the one that makes the most sense, but I still don't think would be good?
pickle juice.
That's actually one of them. That's funny. You know me. I like it. Actually, I've got some iced tea, but that's just because.
Probably not bad.
Yeah, it might be okay. Some
Ice?
it's organic, unsweetened, honest ice. Cause
Do you have ice?
oh yeah, I got some ice. That might be okay.
Alright. Low King coming too.
But I also have Gatorade, lemon lime. That might actually be what I'll do with it, because then that way I'm getting electrolytes. But I also have kombucha, blueberry kombucha, and then syrup.
Dude, get wild with the kombucha.
Yeah? Get wild?
Yeah, man.
You think
No,
I should do
all
it?
the way.
Kombucha?
Like 1-to-1 ratio.
Well, it's got the weird. It's like the end of the bottle and has the weird mother stuff on the bottom, and I don't.
Yeah, siphon that on. Don't even. Or sip
Someone
it
was
on.
like,
Don't.
"You can't drink that or you'll die," and I was like, "I don't think that would happen, but I don't think it'd be good."
No, it just looks like somebody loogied it. It's
Yeah.
fucking disgusting.
And it's really old kombucha too that I've.
Ooh. That'll actually probably get you a little more drunk.
Yeah, I mean kombucha's like got like it's like 0.8. I'm gonna use the Gatorade, I think.
Oh god.
You think that's okay? I mean, it's not great.
I'm not a doctor, man.
Not a doc. Brady Penning, everybody. Not a doctor.
Not a doctor.
Should I just do quotes? Oh gosh. Just do quotes from movies like that.
I like how there's a fucking high heat ad up in the rafters.
Oh, was there? I didn't see it.
Yes.
You want to do movie quotes, but in baseball voices? You know what one?
Yeah.
One I
God,
was
yeah.
thinking about
Ladies and gentlemen, your
was
attention,
the movie Ransom.
now
Well,
pitching
give me back my son.
number 35.
You kill him, you kill yourself.
Somebody robs a home run.
Oh, give me back my son. You kill him, you kill yourself, motherfucker.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson
Oh!
Contreras.
Ooh, I just took the first sip of the Gatorade Everclear. And you know what? I'm kind of upset that it's not terrible. Like,
The verdict is not bad.
it's not bad.
We'll talk to you on Saturday.
I haven't had Everclear in years. And that's good. Right?
Yeah, that's Johnson Street shit.
Yeah. Ooh. No, that was the dorms.
Really? Oh.
That's what I would do in the dorms. Was that I would get my brother or sister to like, because when you have a bottle of Everclear, you can get drunk like 11
You have the
times.
power.
Yeah.
That's what we used to say. I have power.
I have the power.
Oh no, you got a catcher out at first? Jeez.
What? What?
Contreras.
Oh, what happened?
Ground out.
Oh, did he? Oh, Jason Hayward's been making a lot of contact. I felt bad because last game I put him in the 7 hole, which he's been hitting lower in the order like that. But he hit a 3-run homer and a 1-run double. So I rewarded him by putting him in the 5 spot tonight. But Kay Schwarbs, speaking of home runs, old Kay Schwarbs is up here. He's got a good eye.
Give it up to Nate Tellme. Slim down.
Can you think of a good movie quote to say in a baseball voice? We can just do some back and forth. No? You don't want to do it?
I can't think of anything. I'm watching the game. Right?
You're watching the game? All right. Kay Schwarb's
Yeah.
up. I'm trying to think of it's bad that I just keep coming up with Mel Gibson movies for some weird reason.
Oh, it's because you're racist.
Is that why?
You're
That's like someone was like, I don't know why, but I'm in the Ku Klux Klan. They'd be like, oh, because you're Oh, racist. That's why.
Fuck, I like the fucking sandwiches every Sunday.
It was funny because I saw and last night when I recorded the first game, the pitcher had 3 strikeouts and there was guys with signs that had KKK, and I was just like, you need to not do that in baseball. You need to have. It needs to be like, you know how hotels don't have 13th floors?
Yeah.
That needs to be what they do with the K signs, where like when they're at 2 they stop, and when at 3 they do nothing, and then when they get to 4 they put 4 up. You know, because should you even be keeping track of anything less than 4 anyway isn't very impressive, right?
Yeah.
So to me,
you just wait.
you just keep that in the back of
Thank
your head.
God for the first not looking. With
Yeah,
the first
because
3.
it and people are like, but how can you keep track? And it's like, well, just remember you're not putting the 3rd one up because it looks like the Ku Klux Klan. That's what you need to remember, which is easy to remember. Christian Yelich, one of the best players in baseball. He would have went 40-40 last year. He hit like 49 home runs and had 30-some steals. And it's sad that it'll be interesting to see if he runs as much because he fractured his kneecap last year, so I don't know if he's going to run as much or not, but he's a very good hitter. Oh, but he hits right into the shift. Okay. Beginning to taste that Everclear now. Whew, baby.
So is.
By the way, I'm using the desk that was in the room that you lived in to announce from.
That's Jenny's desk.
Yeah, it was.
What Ryan told me.
Yeah. No, not the huge one that I had, like the one in your room. Or maybe
was
that.
Jenny's too.
Maybe I'm sure. But it still has a cigarette in the that's probably yours.
Marlboro Red.
That's just in and also the toothpicks in that little in the first one.
The middle desk.
Yes, the middle desk. I'll hold it up. I'll take it out and hold it up. But
Cigarettes and toothpicks.
that was you probably, right? Brady lived here. When'd you live here, Brady? 8 years ago?
It
Like 2011, right? Like 9 years ago.
No. Yeah, it was 09 through.
For those of you at home,
maybe prior to 09, it was a full year and then some.
am I a lazy hoarder, or do I just
on
like?
the floor and Slings was still there, and I was in my little cave.
Oh yeah, you did. You had your little.
And then you're like, hey, Slings is moving out. I was like, thank God.
Yeah. Although I was kind of envious of your setup that you had because it was like a little fort. It was like a grown-up person fort.
Oh, it was not grown up at all. It was like,
But you blocked out the sun though. Oh, Nico Horner with an amazing play. Gosh, he's making me look smart. Yeah, let's take another look at that Nico Horner play. He dives and he says, "I deserve this." Sorry, Jason Kipnis.
Right on.
Your attention, please.
Ooh, Ray Black is
Right
pitching.
on, right on play with like your replay.
Yeah.
I just saw the replay. The replay just finished.
Okay. I think I'm probably about 5 seconds ahead of you.
Yeah, probably.
Gosh, we're in the 7th inning, Brady. This is crazy. I'm not even an hour in.
The center fielder.
Like I said, I was so drunk last night. Or not so drunk, but I haven't been drinking really, except for when we've had our like virtual hangouts, which was fun.
That was a great time.
That was a lot of fun. Horrible circumstances for why we did it, but I'm glad that we did, and I think we should do it again.
I do too.
Yeah, and
We'll see if everybody else is on board. We won't talk about social structures or anything like that.
Yeah. I really hope your voice is picking up okay, by the way.
Huh?
I said I really hope. I have no idea if your voice is picking up well, but we'll see. I really hope so. I might have, although we'll see. We'll see. Nico Horner's up.
Oh.
Remember how he was good an inning ago? Let's see if he can. Ooh, nope. Maybe bloop it in? Is it? Nope. Okay. Pop up on one pitch. I talked about how good he was making me look, and then he does that. It's weird. He's like 23, probably 22, 23. Kyle Hendricks, 1 for 2. He got the first RBI of the game.
It might actually be funny if I am super delayed and just chime in. Oh, he got it.
Yes, exactly.
Do you
Like-
see that?
Like I'm like away from the computer and the game's done, and you're like, "How's it gonna end?" And he was like,
I just mute you. Holy shit.
"Ooh, did he just get beamed?"
Oh, he did.
Ray
get
Black
beat.
says, "Hey, my hair is very nice."
Damn it.
I don't think you do that on purpose. I mean,
No, that wasn't a on purpose look.
yeah. I mean, I don't trust artificial intelligence, but in baseball, oof. I mean, you don't hit with 2 outs, especially. That's the biggest reason.
No.
You don't hit the pitcher with 2 outs to turn to face the one man.
No,
You wanna.
you don't hit the pitcher at all.
That being said, I watched this movie called Ex Machina recently, and you just can't tell what
You
computers are
just
gonna
saw
do.
Ex Machina?
I'm kidding. I was just trying to be silly.
Oh, I ruined it.
Have you watched Devs yet?
Ladies and gentlemen, please join
No, we just
for the
talked about that.
traditional seventh
Oh, did we?
inning
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Forgot. It's
I
got
was
Nick
caught.
Offerman in it.
I
Nick
literally,
Offerman's hair is all ratty and shit, and it's weird, but it's good.
leading off for the Brewers.
And he
I'm sorry,
talks
I'm
all.
still enamored with the gameplay, the whole player characteristics.
Yeah, do you like it? I told you it was. But it's funny because someone posted the thing where it was like in 1999 where it's a Charles Barkley, and they're like how they were blown away by the graphics, and it's like so obviously a video game. But it made me think of the first time I saw a PS2 football game, and I literally thought when I saw it at like Best Buy, like for a split second, I thought it was real. You know what I mean? Where like our expectations of what video games are and what the graphics are changes and has changed so much, where we're always surprised. And like this, we like can tell it's like if you would show this to somebody in 1999, they would be like, "Holy fuck, are you kidding me?" Like,
What channel are you watching?
Yeah, yeah.
Because the quality of the TV
It's great. Yes. That's the other thing that's funny is that the quality of what they're watching of a computer would be better than watching real life things. Yeah. But yeah, so you can see why I'm doing this somewhat. Hendricks, I was talking about him. I was talking about his Maddox that he threw last year. Are you familiar with a Maddox game? The definition?
Yeah, I kind of remember.
He's not going to be able to do it because he's going to be over. He's definitely going to be over 100 pitches if he finishes the game. I doubt he'll finish the game, but we'll see. But it's when you do a complete game. I think it's 1 or 0 runs in less than 100 pitches.
Yeah.
And Greg Maddux did that so many times where that's what they call it. I need to look up how many times he did it, but I think it was a lot. I think it was at least like 8. Or something around those. Oh, don't take him out. Are you kidding me? He's not even hit 100 pitches. I disagree with that move. Very much.
Is that fucking Big Kev from Shameless?
Big Kev. I've never even watched Shameless, so I don't know.
Just throwing it out there for the viewers.
Yeah. Alec Mills is good, though. Last season. He wasn't good last season, but he did okay last night.
Get in here. Alright. Give him ball. There you go.
Were you doing a Popeye that turned into a Frenchman? That's what that sounded like.
No, I was just a little kid. Alright, you go. I swear to God. What's up?
You sounded like someone turning an AM radio dial a bunch because it's just like, hey, welcome to the well, my baby takes ow.
I blame it on the phone.
That's fair. Ben Gamble's up. He pinch hit last night too. Man on first. I'm sorry for. I hope you guys have been watching the game and or enjoying Brady and I's conversation. We have done most of the game. I feel bad that we've been talking not very much about the game, but like I said, the other one, he could have tagged him, but he decided to throw it. That's okay, Nico. You got the force out. All right, to the top of the 8th we go. Who's your, you're Lorenzo Cain. I actually wasn't a fan of that. I mean, it worked out for him. The Brewers were great, but I thought they had a...
Moustakas moving?
No, when they got Lorenzo Cain originally. I thought that they didn't need... That outfield was the spot they didn't need to do more people, because they had Domingo Santana that they got rid of, and they had... I feel like there's one other outfielder I'm forgetting about. But it was one of those things where they got Yelich and Cain. I was like, one or the other. I mean, don't get me wrong, Yelich is one of the best deals. I mean, can you name the players that they got, that they traded for Yelich?
No.
Exactly. I can name one, I think. I think Lewis Brinson was one. He was like a top prospect, but he's one of those 4A players where, in last spring training, he was awesome. And I've once or twice put him on my fantasy team because he's super fast and I think he's a good defender. But whenever he's played in the majors, he's been real bad on offense. But he tears up the minors. But that's just the only player I can even think of. I think there was one or two others, but ooh, another base hit into the shift. Alex Claudio. I was calling him Claudio last night. That's funny, right?
Delay.
What?
I said we're a good 7-second.
Is that okay? Well, I don't know. I was just guesstimating. I said,
I know.
Yeah.
I was just getting.
I didn't need to say guesstimate. I just said estimate or guessing.
About this, because I'm just watching a fucking goddamn.
Ooh, Corey Knebel is in the Brewers. God dang it! God dang it! Oh, Javier Baez gets a single.
I fucking ram past for this stuff. Jesus.
Oh
Joe
my
Biden's
goodness.
gonna be president. What do I do?
Yeah, jeez. Let's not even get political. Let's not do that.
Look at that.
Ooh. Oh, they're not. He's running, so he's not going to turn 2. He must have been. They must have been doing a double steal there because that should have been a double play. Ooh, and now up is Jason Hayward in the 5-hole.
Yikes.
The question is, do you walk? Jason's had a hot bat. Do you walk him? Even though he's 0 for 3 tonight, he's been making contact. Do you walk him to set up the double play and try and face Kyle Schwarber, who already has a home run tonight?
What game of the season is this?
The second game of the season.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm going after his ass.
Yeah, you're gonna just you're gonna let him go after him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. You don't want to concede defeat?
Because that's all you got.
I mean, I won't argue with, especially early in the season, you don't want to show a lack of faith in your pitchers. That's why I was kind of surprised they took Hendricks out when they did. I mean, it's early in the season. He was close to 100 pitches, and he had the lead, so I get it. But I don't know.
Bring that low.
Says
that motherfucker low.
K.A. Schwarber on deck. Kyle. I liked it better when Kyle was fatter, because then it was an easy way to get mad at him.
You know, he was like a super hoss at Arkansas that could have played football.
Was he? I am unaware.
Oh my god, that dude was like, he was like a 5-star.
He probably could have been a nose guard. Was he a nose guard or a linebacker, or what was he?
No, like tight end.
Schwarber?
Yeah.
He's like 5'8".
He wanted to play. He played freshman.
Did he?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Oh, rips it down the line. Spoiler alert, 7 seconds from now, Brady, is that whoever was up to bat, I think it was Happ, ripped it down the line for a stand-up double, bringing in a run. Yeah, or maybe it was actually, who was it? I don't know who it was. It might have been a pinch hitter 7 in there. I feel bad that I'm not paying enough attention to know who it was. Ooh, here's Corey Knebel, which is inaccurate that he is back from his Tommy John surgery already. But you know what? They're losing. Yeah, he had Tommy John surgery last year, missed the whole season. I think he had Tommy John.
He dropped his glove on the way.
Did he? He was like, whoa, shit.
What?
Oh, Ian Happ's up. Who the hell was 6? Oh, is Schwarber? Did Schwarber just hit that double?
Yes.
Okay.
Down those lines.
Yeah. I wasn't sure who it was. He looked taller.
We were talking about his physique in Arkansas.
Yeah, no, once he got like, he's way more cut now. It's funny because, like, even when he was fat, he was, like, more muscular than, like, 96% of the population. It just, he looks fat compared to, like, most baseball players. Are you peeing? It sounds like you're peeing or bathing. I'm sorry, audience. Brady, are you there? I'm gonna hang up on Brady. I don't want to hear this. Also, we were talking to him for a very long time. I apologize. So anyway, here goes the game. Nico Horner's up with the bases juiced. Ooh, takes it outside. 1-1. This game is going so much quicker. That's part of the reason why I had such a long conversation with Brady. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I apologize it went as long as it did. But it was fun, right? Are we having fun? I don't know. Ooh, in the dirt. Everyone stays, though. Oh! And they try to get Jay Hay at third. Not happening. Not happening. Oh, 3-1. My guess is, as a rookie, you take here. You've got the lead. There's no reason to help the pitcher here. Make him throw you a strike, is what I would say. No one's going to get mad at you for not swinging here. And he didn't, and it walks in the run. That counts as an RBI. Nico Horner, who I put in the game, despite his overall numbers for 1 through 100 ranking being less than Jason Kipnis and less than a couple other players I could have put in. I believed in him.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Chicago. Number 13, David Bodie.
Sorry, I was wondering if Ray was taking. Okay. Sorry, I was seeing. I was put up a thing about people coming in and being on the show, but we're already almost done. Cheers to that, right, folks? I'm probably gonna drink pickle juice later. That was gonna be probably my second choice, was to maybe take shots of the Everclear. Ooh, that wasn't a strike, right? The K zone. I was outside the K zone. All right, David Bodie, not to be confused with David Bowie, the rock star who is dead. David Bodie, he's known for his grand slams, actually. That's how he became known for the Cubs, was he had a walk-off grand slam and maybe another walk-off home run. So he became a quick Cub utility fan favorite. Utility man fan favorite. And then he signed an extension. I talked about this last time. I have a feeling I'm going to be talking about the same things a lot. Because there's not... Oh, strike 3 on the knuckle curve by Corey Knebel. Corey Knebel's a very good pitcher. He strikes out a lot of people, so... Chris Bryant's up, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm perfectly content with the Cubs having a 5-1 lead. But, wouldn't a nice grand slammeroni be good right about now? I think so. Oh, in the dirt. But not past him. Having some control issues, as evident from the walking in the run earlier, but... Ooh! Pass ball! Coming home! Run scores, which is great, but also, I like the bases loaded. Runners on second and third, that's less exciting, right? I'm not complaining. I love that the Cubs are up 6-1. But there's something about the bases loaded that makes it, right? Because now, I mean, I'm very happy that the Cubs are winning. Oh, he got fucked over there. That was a strike. As much as I love the Cubs, I can be objective and notice the K zone and notice that was a strike. But he's 3-0, so he's probably, I mean, sure he's got the green light, but he's probably taking here. That was a strike. The last one should have been strike 2. Should be 2-2 right now. Just a way different count than green light. I can put my just headphones on all together again. And he popped out. So I guess it's good that happened. I don't know who the Cubs are going to bring in for the to close it. Actually, I guess they've got a 5-run lead, so they don't need the closer. I feel like Craig Kimbrell, I can't remember if he came in last night or not. I think he did, actually, because I was making fun of how he does this, but I found out it was because of injury. But they have such a... Oh, it's Jeremy Jeffress, who, a former Brewer. This is maybe a sticking it in the wound here, because he was on the Brewers last year, and they let him go, and now he's back. And he pitched last night, too. I can't remember what happened last night, but... And also in the bullpen, we got Rowan Wick, and then somebody else, I think it might have been Craig Kimbrell. But with a 5-run lead, you put in the pitcher that you don't think is the best.
0-1's the count.
Yep. So they've got some safety in the bullpen. They're putting their best pitchers up in case their worst pitcher does poorly, which is the right move, I think. 1 ball, 1 strike. This has been fun enough where I might do another, record the next one. Oh. Oh no. The thing cut off. Okay. There we go. We're back. Oof. 1 and 2. The crowd is somewhat hushed. Probably because they know they're going to lose. But usually, here's where reality is different from the game. Is there'd be a lot of Cubs fans there right now. Because it's like 70 miles on the interstate to go from Chicago to Milwaukee. And they would be annoying everybody. I'm a Cubs fan, but I know that Brewers fans just hate Cubs fans because they've always come and they just flood the stadium and they hate it, which I think is hilarious. Oh my goodness, a walk. That's not great. I'm not worried yet. Don't get me wrong. I never put it past the Cubs to fuck up a lead. But Brock holds up. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, Cubs fans go to... And Miller Park's a nice park. You know the games well. And as long as there's not national health scares, I think that might be... Okay, caught. Good. As long as the whole season's not postponed, like right now, you know you're never going to miss a game because they have a retractable roof, so you can always put the roof up. And it's a nice stadium. The newer stadiums are all really nice. I feel like in the 60s and 70s, they started making cookie-cutter stadiums that weren't great. Like the Reds stadium is just kind of concrete blocks. Now when they make stadiums, they put some architecture, they put some artistry into it, and I like that. I liked Miller Park a lot. I think I was on the third baseline on like the second or even on the second level, and I was like, these are great seats. And they weren't the best seats, but I mean that they were still good seats. I was like, oh, if you would have told me this is where they were, I wouldn't have thought these were as good as they were. Oh boy, that might be gone. It is. We've got a game now. 2-run homer, Christian Yelich, his first of the year, of many probably, as long as he doesn't break his kneecap again. And the Brewer slides down the slide. He used to slide into a giant thing of beer, which is hilarious. They don't do that anymore, which is sad. Because sliding into a giant thing of beer is flippin' hilarious. I'm going to try and swear less. But what a great opposite field power, contact hitter. Christian Yelich is great. He was a contact hitter who started to hit more for power. And he hit a really interesting thing. I heard him talking about it's easier to become a contact hitter who becomes a power hitter than a power hitter who tries to hit for contact later. Which I like that. I'm a big fan of making contact with. I think striking out isn't great. I know it's becoming more and more acceptable to strike out a lot, but I love people that try to do that not often. I had heard that Ichiro Suzuki, that they were talking about how, because he always had tons of hits every year. In fact, he had 200 hits every year for a long time. And but the rumor was, and he had a very high average and a very high on-base percentage, but in batting practice, they said sometimes he would just knock the crap out of the ball. I think he basically, I can't remember, this is just me completely maybe misremembering. By the way, it's almost the end of the game. But he said, people were like, oh, he has power. If he wanted to hit 40 home runs, he could, but he would hit 240 or 250 instead of 300 something, which is really interesting to me. I love that people would rather have a good average than hit a bunch of home runs. I don't know statistically which one is better. I don't know at what point average versus power versus on base percentage. Obviously, they say is one of the best ways to an OPS and things like that. But I'm very interested to, would you rather hit 40 home runs and hit 230, or hit 20 home runs and hit 310? I don't know. Oh, and this could be it. And it is! Jeremy Jeffress, if they wanted to, they could have had... But Christian Yelich did... They're going to highlight... oh, it's the end of the 8th. I thought it was the 9th. That's why they didn't bring it up. Well, they will bring in the closer now because it will be... Unless the Cubs do something. But Christian Yelich hits a opposite field home run. That's what you can do when you're the best player in the game. David Phelps is on for the Brewers now. And up is Anthony Rizzo. 2 for 4, 2 singles and a run.
Leading off for the Cubs, the first baseman, number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Ooh, takes the knuckle curve right down the middle. David Phelps. It'll be interesting to see what happens this inning, and if the Cubs bring in Wick or... Ooh, right on the corner. If the Cubs bring in Wick... who I think is very good, and I think he's the closer of the future, probably. Then again, I thought the same thing about, why can't I think of his name? Skinny guy, fastball. Can't think of his name. I think I'm losing I think early onset dementia is happening to me. I don't mean to say that it'll be offensive, I mean, or like, people are like, oh, you're just getting old, but it's like, how do you know if it's just getting old, or if you're just, like, losing it? But yeah. I think Rowan Wick is gonna, if Craig Kimbrell, if there's a season for real, and Craig Kimbrell falters or gets hurt, I think Rowan Wick is going to fill those shoes very nicely, I hope. I mean, I hope Craig Kimbrell does well, but if he doesn't. I think Brady's texting us. Because I'm counting you as being, it's all of us. We're all having a big old conversation.
The batter, number 9, shortstop, Javier.
Here's what Brady said. That was fun. I will definitely do that again, but better my phone died and I'm plugged in. Let's figure out how to do it better. That maybe is why I thought he was peeing, unless he was just peeing. But maybe that was just the sound of a phone dying. He said, thanks for being funny, too. Oh, Brady, thank you for being funny. And I said, ha, ha, ha. I didn't say ha, ha. I said, ha, ha, period. For sure, dude. And it was fun. And Brady's a very funny guy. And I'm sure we'll have him come back. And he just subscribed to my YouTube channel, which I don't know if I'm going to post this on... I'm not sure where... Ooh, ripped it down the line. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this on... Which YouTube channel, if I'm going to start its own thing, or if I'm going to put it on the one that I already have content on. This is stupid of me to say, because you're going to know, because when you see this, you'll know. It'll be there. Somehow the game is taking longer again. Sorry. Oof.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Contreras.
Sorry, Wilson Contreras is up. I'm messaging Brady before I forget to. So he'll post the first episode we did. I'm telling him to share it. I shouldn't. This is a thing I should be doing. Like I said, wow. What just happened? Okay, 2 outs. Someone just got him hit, right? Oh, right up the middle. Thankfully, he did not hurt the virtual pitcher. Thankfully, in games, a pitcher never really gets too hurt. Or at least he doesn't show it. They don't have like a Mortal Kombat code where there's blood where they get hit in the face. But every now and then, people do get hit in the face, and it can look pretty bad. But thankfully, if that does happen, they'll just be like, after the game, they'll post a thing being like, yeah, they're out for 6 months because of the thing that happened. Jason Hayward, 0-2. He's making me look dumb for putting him in a decent spot in the 5-hole. Strike 3. Let's go to the bottom of the ninth. The Cubs with a 3-run lead, which, like I said, that's not the safest of leads. I don't know who with Garcia, Sogard, and Smoke. Not a terrible 3 batters to come up. I'm a little scared. Especially, we'll see who's coming in. Dan Winkler. I think he messed up last night. I'm not digging having Dan Winkler come in. His ERA is 9 right now. Yeah, because he came out last night. And this season, I guess he had a save. But I don't think he did great. He gave up a run. I'm assuming it was he pitched an inning and he probably gave up a run. That's why his ERA is 9. I can do math. But here we go. You got the 6, 7, 8 hitters, which, like I said, though, for what their 6 and 7, 8 hitters are, they aren't bad. But it is a close opportunity by definition. If you're winning by 3 runs or less, that is a closing opportunity where ordinarily you would put in your closer.
1 ball.
But we'll see here. If Winkler gives up a hit or 2, they'll definitely bring in Kimbrel or Wick. Okay, a ground ball and 1 down. He's making me look dumb so far. I mean, he still gave up contact, but it was a weak contact, which, as I talked about earlier, isn't bad. Oh, Eric Sogard, fly. Oh, that might be 2. Oh, it's 2 at least. Yeah, it's the double. Eric Sogard with a double on Winkler. And he says, hey, remember when I called him a nerd because of those glasses, those nerd glasses? Which, by the way, like I said, I have glasses almost exactly like that. And they're real cheap. My glasses are super cheap. His probably are like Warby Parker ones or something. Mine's are from Zenny. Which they're great. They're super cheap. But they're great. They do the job of helping me read things. Justin smokes up. 1 for 3 with a single in the 7th. Strike. I would say if Winkler gives up a hit here or walks the batter, then for sure bring in your better bullpen people. 1,000%. But who knows? Fudge, you know?
Ball that time.
1-1. Here we go. It's 250. Jeez Louise. I might record the next game here, too. Brady says, because I was like, yeah, I basically told him to post the first episode. He says, I'll feel dumb, but I know now it was very delayed, which was like, it was like 5 to 7. He was able to watch the stream because I'm recording the stream. And then I'm doing, and I need a capture card so I could just do it all at once. But you know what? I'm just starting out. I'm just figuring things out. So I'm recording it while I'm streaming it, and then I download it, and then I put the overlap of the voice, and then I throw the recorded thing up. But he says, I'll feel dumb, but I know it was very delayed. And I said, it's fine. It was fine and fun. Fun and fine. I don't know why I'm telling you their text messages. Sorry, Brady, if you watch this, which I think you will. I hope you will. If you don't, then I don't care. And if you do, then great.
Ball 1, no strikes.
All right. Tyrone Taylor. I don't even know who that is, but What was this? 400. So he maybe did he play yesterday then and went the what is 300 400?
One ball, one strike.
Try to figure out what 400 would be. Is that 2 for 3, 600, 4, 7, 2 for 4, 2 for 5 is yeah, 2 for 5. He probably went 2 for 5. That should have been easy. I should have figured that out quicker. I'm sorry. I'm not happy about that. Believe me. Oh my goodness. Winkler gets it done. Makes me look a fool. Nicely done, Dan. The outfielders all hug. Schwarber, Hayward, and Happ give each other a three-way hug. And it's great. Kyle Hendricks gets the win. Pitches 6 and some thirds. I don't think he got through the 7th. Maybe he did. I don't think he did. He was pitching in the 7th inning, but I think they took him out, and I think they should have given order. But he still gets the win. A quality start. He only gave up a run. It's classic Hendricks. Is he's not overpowering mostly, but he's going to give you some innings. He's going to keep you in the game. 6 2/3 inning. 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks, 100 runs. So that's a whip, a sub-4 whip, or sub-1 whip. Yeah, that's Freddie Peralta with the loss. 5 innings, 3 strikeouts, 200 runs, 4 walks. That's where he really had the issues, was the control. Dan Winkler with the save, which is his 2nd save in a row. Which I don't know why we're using Dan Winkler as the closer, but here we are. And he probably leads the leagues in saves. At least he has to be. Well, I guess this is the 3rd day of the season, so maybe not. But I'm assuming he's up there in that. Anyway, y'all, and the player of the game is Kyle Schwarber. 2 for 3 with a home run and a double. It's a good game. He's holding his glove. He looks like he doesn't know he's being watched right now. And I feel strange about that. I feel like someone should be like, hey, Kyle, we've got a camera on you. Act happy. And he's like, what? But anyway, I'm Spencer Laux. Thank you for watching. I don't know what we're calling it. I think we're going to call it Cubs Fantasy Baseball Simulation something or other. And my friend Joe Fiala, thank him for the microphone. He's going to put graphics on it too. So I'm sure when I was like Cubs Simulation, blah, 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 something or other, he might even put something funny with that. Because he's a great... Hire Joe Fiala as a freelancer. He's great at audio. I mean, he's doing this as a friend for me. But you should hire him for projects. He's great at editing. He's a great musician. Also, Lev Cantarell is going to make an avatar for me that's going to be a Cub. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. Just keep watching, people. Thank you again for watching, if anyone does. I'm sorry that real sports aren't happening. I hope this is fun. I'm sorry that me and Brady talked half the game. We're old friends. It happens. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you could watch the game while also listening to us. I'm going to record the next game here soon. Hopefully it was fun for you. It's really fun for me. So I do hope that you guys enjoy it. Yeah, so I'm going to... Whoops. Broadcast pause. Broadcast resumed. I don't know what I'm doing. This is how much I don't know what I'm doing. Broadcast settings. Oh, shoot. Is this funny that I don't know what I'm doing? I think it's taking pictures, but I don't want to stop taking pictures. Okay, broadcast settings. Hey, everybody. That's going to be it. I'm going to stop broadcasting. See you next time. I love you. What? Oh my gosh, you don't have to say I love you back. You don't have to say I love you back. It's okay. but I love you.